I'm about to fit this new tank to the 90, and I just thought I'd show you what I've done to it. I've sealed up all the joints with silicone, yet left this one, which is a drain, open. By doing that I can squirt some wax into there and run it around. The reason for that is just to stop humidity getting in it, or try and stop it a little bit, because obviously these are painted black from the factory, but you can see inside there's no black paint. So it would have been nicer if they had this sort of shield separate, but obviously they've sort of just spot welded it together, and well, tack welds on here and there and everywhere. It doesn't look a bad quality actually, but let's see how it fits. Oh dear, you know it's going to end in tears. I've put this small pipe on first, the breather pipe on first, before I do anything else. We can just to say get to this filler pipe here when it's on the vehicle. When you get a new tank, it comes with a seal and a sealing ring for here. I'm not sure, I think it's got a cork one there, but I bought some just in case, and I also bought the special bolts that go through here. Well, of course they're snapped off. Talking about snapped off, God, we've been tidying up. When we took this tank, well, Curtis took this tank out for me, and what he ended up doing was slackening off this bottom sill and just moving it out a bit. For some reason we couldn't get it past here, it just would not go. So although it seemed to, you know, straightforward, we should be able to get it back in again alright, but I don't know whether the tank was bent or whether you're supposed to do that. I've never done a 90 tank. I've done countless 110s. Oh yeah, this is the bag. What do you get with it? Oh, that's it. You get a sealing ring and a rubber. Good job I've got those other ones. And we've got a new pickup pipe to put in it, because if you can remember back on the beginning of this job, this tank came without a filler pipe. I don't know why that was. Anyway, we're going to fit those last. So I'm going to fit the tank. So I got the tank in. It would be much easier if you took the floor out, either to get it in or to get it out. There's a simple reason: you can just undo these Acme screws here and whiz that out, and there's 3 bolts holding a bracket on at the front under here. That's a bit nasty. I put new rubbers in, new T-bolts at the back, all new fittings, and of course plenty of anti-seize on there. The next thing, fit the sender, fit the pickup pipe, and put the sill on. Now, I took the sill off completely. I mean, I know Curtis must have struggled on trying to get that tank out, but it was only a couple of bolts and I just took them out, and I'll put new ones in when I put the tank in. So that seems easy. I'll report back if there's any other things to report back on. I'm going to take out the old sender, but first of all I'm just going to clean round it. I mean, it doesn't really matter because the tank's scrap anyway, but if you're taking these out, it's always a good idea to wash them off and clean them first. Now I'm going to use this little tool that I made for taking these senders out. You know, the more I look at it, the more I should think about making some of these for resale, because they are quite good. Fit it in, put your screwdriver through, twist, turn, and it's done. The reason is that the tool clinches on the bottom of the ring like this, and because it's got 3 notches, it pulls them all even. Usually you hit them with a screwdriver and bang them, and you twist them, and then they don't seal, and then you're all crying because the tank doesn't seal properly. So we're going to take the sender out. We're going to fit it to the other tank. I'll show you on here, on the old tank, but you see there's 2 little cutouts here, 2 little notches. I have to put the sender in. So that means you can't put it the wrong way around. Well, you'd be struggling to put it the wrong way around because the arm would go this way. It'll only go in one way, but some tanks you can put them either way around. So just pay particular attention of the notches, and it doesn't need any sealer. So I put a new rubber ring under here. Locate the tank like that, the sender. So the rubber ring goes between the tank and the sender, not between the sender and the ring. I've seen that done before. Put your new ring on. locate it and give it an initial twist, and then with the tool that you don't have yet, which you should have, where's the notches? There they are. Oops. There we go. Put that in. It is sealed for life. Oh well, until it leaks again. And then we can put the wires on. When we put the wires on, we're going to take the liberty of testing how these went on. But in fact, they went on, I believe, like this. I'm not sure now. I think they went on like that. How are we going to test them? Well, there should be a low fuel light on this, so we'll just switch them around until the low fuel light comes on, and that should be okay. I'm sure that's the way it went on, but I could be wrong. I usually am. Let's put a battery on and find out. Now, I sort of had a bit of a read on the internet, and I believe the colours should be green, white and black going that way. But watch this. If I move this camera, you see the on the gauge on the dash over there. Maybe you can't see it. Yes, you can. If I pull all the wires off, where am I? Here. If I pull all the wires off, the low fuel's still on. Now if I touch these wires, obviously black's ground, if I touch these together we should get the gauge to shoot up. Nothing. Nothing. Got a wiring problem. I'm going to leave that. But there's 20 litres of fuel in the tank, so it should be responding. But obviously there's some wiring problem. I'll have to have a word with Nick and see what he wants to do. Apart from that, all we've got to do now is to put the sill on, and I'll just show you the special bolts that we're going to use. Just a second, talk to yourself. Totally unprepared. These things here. You see these bolt plates? They go under the sill, you know, to hold the sill on. And I've just treated myself to these. These are OEM ones. These are the proper ones. But you can do nuts and bolts, but it's so much easier with a proper part. They're only cheap. So I'm going to put all that back on in the morning, and we'll have a look and see if we can get this beast fired up. Alright, so making this Land Rover better. Well, I hope so. Talk to you later. Bye.